Usagi, what are you doing?
Twist the bones and then the back. Here to the Captain American Mystic. Turn him of his baby back. Here to the Captain American Mystic. Give him fur black as black. Just like this. No!
Sisters! The witches are back. Welcome in, everybody. And if y'all don't know yet, either by the thumbnail or by right now, I will be reviewing the Monster High Hocus Pocus Skullector doll set, and there are 3 of them. But before we get into this review, I want to take a moment to thank all of my current subscribers who have supported my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you are new to my channel and you like the content, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. It really helps me out. Now, we are going to go over each of these dolls plus a special custom Binks doll that I had made by the one and only Dolls by Panda, who has done a lot of my customs that I have shown on this channel, and there will be more to come as well, so stay tuned for those. And if you haven't followed her by now, go ahead and show some support on Instagram. You can find all of her customs there, pictures, and I believe she may be doing some openings. If you want to message her, feel free to. Be nice, be kind. Custom doll work does take time. But anyways, we are going to go over the Hocus Pocus dolls by Monster High. Now, Disney Store did have the their version of the Hocus Pocus dolls. I did review them way back when, I think Halloween of 2024, I did a review on them. So if you want to go back and check those out, be sure to. But we're not going to really compare those two during this video because I'm sure Disney had some sort of say of what went into these dolls, and I don't think it would be fair to compare the two. And also the price wise, the Disney Store dolls cost more, so of course they're going to have more details to them. As Monster High, they all came in one pack and were $125. So I don't think we should be comparing them together. But anyways, going into the doll review, I'm gonna start off with my least favorite of the 3, and I'll get into my favorite of the 3. So, surprisingly, my least favorite is Sarah Winifred. I wanted to like her so much. I did. But let me dim down this light because we're going to get some white balance there that we don't want to see. But we are going to start. Oh, you know what? Before I start on the individual doll, I forgot we go over the box too. So you're going to have to wait a moment. The box. Let's go over the box. So the box itself it's a beautiful big box. But you get the prototypes of the dolls here in a full-blown kind of print, and they have the gloss that they normally give to the box. It's just a black matte, and I love how they incorporated like the movie box cover of the Hocus Pocus into these dolls for the cover, and then you get Hocus Pocus here in an embossed kind of feel with the kind of logo that is with the movie. I love that. And then the sides, you get the print of the dolls with their faces here on one side. Then on the back, you get the actual witch's house, which I love, in the forest, and you get Binks right here. This is the mold that does the mold of the cat that does come with them. You get the witches in the corner flying on their broom. She's on a hoverboard, or is this taking from Hocus Pocus 2? Because didn't she have a vacuum? And then she had a mop? I don't know. Okay. But I'm just seeing that now. But then you get the house, and then the purple smoke coming up when they're making their potion, I believe, to basically eat or drain the soul of the children. And then the other side, you get the Hocus Pocus logo there. Now, this does open up like a French doors, I guess you could say. Let me go ahead and open these up really quick and take one slip off. I don't know how I feel about the slip covers. I wish it was more of a, you know what? I don't know, because you can't really display the slip covers in any way if you want to display the dolls. I mean, it would take up more room if you wanted to, but I think I kind of like, I wish it was like a magnet that would close, or maybe magnetized the front. I don't know. I feel like it's just taking up space if you take those off. But anyways, that's just my rant. It opens up to the display here, and I'm gonna give you some B film of the inside of the box. But on the inside, you get the inside of the actual house, which is really nice, or cottage, witch cottage. You get the green kind of cauldron. You have the actual candles, and Binks is at the top here. And then I love the side parts here, because on one side you get the when they open the book, Winifred is able to see where the book's location was. When they open it up, it shot like a light in the sky, and I love that they added that little detail. They do add in spider webs and all that stuff to kind of do the collaboration with Monster High. And then as you turn to one side of the box, you get the prototypes of Sarah and Mary. I love the little poses that they have there. And then on the back, you get the Hocus Pocus kind of title. Then you get the witches here floating on. This one is correct. The vacuum and the mop and then the actual broom. I don't know why that other one was different. Maybe I was paying homage to the second movie. But here you get a description of the Hocus Pocus dolls. If you want to pause and read, you may. And then the other side, you get Winifred all by herself, of course, because she is the head witch in charge. And that's pretty much all of this box. At the bottom, you get the Disney logo there too. Because Disney owns the rights of Hocus Pocus, and it's a Disney movie. But now let me put this back on, and we can get into the dolls themselves. Okay, now getting back to my number 3, or least favorite of the 3, Sarah. So they all do come with their individual stands, and the Mary and Winifred one have bigger hip huggers for the stands because they are a larger body mold. But so the star of this set is of course going to be Winifred, and I will tell you why in a moment when we review the overall quality of the outfit. And we're going to start with the shoes as always. The shoes on Sarah are cute. I love the mold. You get these kind of calf-high boots, the mold of the laces into the bow, the stitching of the boot. I'm not too familiar with the object heels that are here. One looks like it's probably the candle, the black flame candle. I don't know. And then a goblet. I don't remember that ever being in the movie, unless I'm like completely not even remembering what it is. Let me know in the comments if you know what part of the movie it is. Is that the candle? I think. But I do love the gold accents of the heel here. And that's pretty much it. The boots, a black boot with designs. But then the dress is all one. You get this kind of silky texture of the bottom of the dress with the eyeballs. It's like a floral print with eyeball patterns and spider webs, kind of giving that Monster High tie-in. On the top part, you get this sheer purple fabric on top, and then you get go into the actual top of this underneath the harness, caged harness kind of thing, which is just a pink fabric, and then you get this netted fabric looking in the top, which is funny because if you do stretch it, it is a netted fabric. So it's giving the illusion of a netted fabric on a netted fabric. So I don't know why they did that. I wish it was actually netted and maybe embroidered to make it thicker, but I'm sure the cost would have been more if they did that. But I mean, it's giving the illusion of of her skin underneath, but that it's like you stretch it and you see it, which is funny to me because like why would you do a netted or stretch fabric illusion when it's that kind of fabric that you could have used? I don't know. That's just me. And then the caged part, you get a gold flexible caged out kind of harness here. It is a bow at the top, which kind of matches in with the boots, and it goes down into like a spider web kind of vibe there. And that's essentially her whole outfit. Now her face, let's look at her face. Her face is cute. It's a nice print, always a great print when it comes to Monster High Mattel. I love the lips. The lips are a shine like deep red. They got her signature mole right there. The blush around her cheeks, and then the actual makeup on her eyes is purple. We get these stars that are in her eyes, which you'll see that kind of correlate with all these other dolls as well. You'll see that same kind of print job effect in the eyes. The hair is, it's alright. You get this blonde. It's really soft at the top, but then when it comes to the bottom, it's like this frizzy, I don't know. It feels like it needs a wash maybe, but it feels dry in my opinion. And then you get this kind of side off braid for Sarah. But that's pretty much her. She's my least favorite out of the three, but I'm kind of surprised at that because I thought she would be at least my second. But after looking further into these dolls separately and filming the B film that I'm gonna include in this video, she's not my favorite. But my second favorite is going to be Mary here. Mary is so cute, and I'm going to tell you some things that I wish were changed on her as well. But we're going to start with her shoes. Her shoes are that same kind of droopy bow at the top with the laces. It's kind of the same as Sarah's, but a shorter boot. The back, you do have the object heels, which you get the caged, which I think the caged would have been under Sarah's boot because she's the one that's like dangling above and spinning on the boys that are in the cage. So I would have thought that would have been hers. But anyways, they gave her the vacuum because she rides the vacuum, which I feel like if they were gonna add the brooms, vacuums, and mops, they could have utilized that into each of these heels. I think that would have been more unison with this set if they were gonna do that. Or at least include accessories of those. I think that would have amplified this set a little bit too, but like I said, it could be the cost. She does have socks. They are stretchy fabric socks, black and white. You get the distressing effect there too. And it is a sock that goes all the way over her toes, so we don't get the those kind of socks that get cut off. It does go over her whole foot. Moving up to her actual dress, just like Sarah, her dress is all one. But you do get a more colorful dress. You get moons, spiders, and spider webs, as well as diamonds that kind of represent stars, I believe. But then you get that kind of Halloween vibe with the Halloween colors of oranges, deep oranges, the blacks, the purples, and the blues, which I really love. I don't know if I really love the design of the bottom of the dress, but I think it fits well with Mary. The top part, this is why I put her second. They gave her like a spider web textured top skirt here, and this is actually netted fabric, it looks like, instead of the sheer kind. And then they have like some embroidery at the top, it kind of looks like, or maybe it's the stitching that makes it look thicker, which gives that spider web like effect, which I really like. And then underneath her harness you get I believe it's like a burnt orange kind of fabric, and it does come to the top with frills on her neck area. But what I do love is that the sleeves are like these puffy sleeves that are this see-through sheer orange fabric, and it's just so beautiful. I love the spider web print on it too. That's why this had kept going up in my rankings of these three. And then the actual cage harness around her, you get a gold spider web with the spider, which goes down into these hoops, and then you get like this rope texture around her, and then this rope in a bow. What I didn't mention that Sarah and also Winifred will have are these earrings. These earrings are of a like framed skullet. I don't think it's a skullet. Well, yeah, it is a skullet. I guess it's a skullet. Well, the skullet is the one with the bow, I believe. This is just like a mini skull, but it's the Monster High logo, so you get what I'm saying. But that's what all of them have, are these earrings. I wish that they had different earrings, but like I go back to, it's probably the money, the funds that they had for this. But going up to her face, I love... Mattel Monster High always does great on the print jobs. The one thing that I wish they did was make her lip more exaggerated like in the film, because she did have that side kind of like, you know, talking and you know, kind of thing. And you can probably see it here in the camera, but I wish it was more exaggerated. I wish it was moved over just a little bit more. I think that would have made her that much more, and like maybe her face mold was more like cheekful, like when you do that, your cheek is bigger on this side. So I think that would have been better. For me, they do have her mole there to get the blush, and then she has the eye makeup that is more suited for Mary and her outfit, which is that kind of reddish, orangey, purple thing color. But then you have the eye print, which is the brown eye color. And like I said, you'll get that kind of shimmery star-like effect in the eyes that you'll get along all of these dolls. Now her hair, I'm indifferent about her hair. I do love the, let's pretend this isn't here. I love this. I don't love this. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I get that they're trying to make it into like the movie and represent the movie, and maybe it's harder to get the hairstyle in it, but I love the bangs. I love the side bangs. I love the root colors, the purples and blacks. But when it goes up to this, I'm like, what is that? But I mean, for what it is, I think it's a good, all right job. But that's essentially Mary here for y'all. And now we're gonna go into, of course, who Monster High and Mattel decide to give the best treatment, and we're gonna get into why they gave her the best treatment. I do have her holding Binks here, which we'll get into a moment. This is the only accessory that these doll sets came with. But starting with the shoes, of course, they're going to give Winifred different color shoes. Now the green of these boots go up to kind of her calf, not fully all the way up, but they are bigger, higher than Mary's. And you get these nice embossed effects of this like witchy kind of designs. You get the skulls in there. It's just overall great. You get this kind of witchy point on this one that you don't really get on the other ones. And on the back, you get the one side is when Winifred does get exposed to sun and turns into her frozen statue self, and then the grave, which I really love because they didn't have it as one gray color. They gave what you would probably see on a stone grave or statue. They gave like little would you say not gradient, like speckled designs in there, which I really appreciate that detail too. She does also come with these socks, kind of like how Mary did. It has that distressed kind of vibe, but then the colors are different, which are like a lime green color. And these also go over her actual foot too. Now we get onto her dress. Her dress is one piece, but when you feel it, if you have this in person, this is a thicker fabric than these two fabrics of Mary and Sarah. This is, just by feeling it, you're like, oh yeah, this is a higher quality fabric than the other two. And then you get the print job on here, which represents kind of like, I would guess, like a witchery kind of design. You get skulls, you get stars, you get suns, you get these symbols, spider webs, just a variety of different things that you would probably, or symbols that you would correlate with a witch. And then you also get this kind of, what would you say that this is? I would say, what are those boards? They're like the kids' boards that they're black, and then if you do like something on it, you can draw within like rainbows and stuff. That's kind of what this is giving, if you know what I'm talking about. But they give the coloration here as if you were to move it, it would kind of be iridescent. But you get the purples, pinks, and then of course the greens, but it goes throughout the whole dress. So you already know she's getting the favoritism treatment here. And then she does have less fabric on her top skirt, which is a sheer fabric. But I mean, overall, I think they gave her a better quality dress. But they also included this in the sleeves here, and they puff out to kind of like a Victorian, I guess, dress. And I love that they added this here, and it just overall correlates and cohesively goes together in her dress, and it's just my favorite of the three. But I mean, if I was a doll maker and I had to choose which one was going to be the showcaser, it'd be Winifred. So I'm not mad at the choices that they decided to give her the better treatment. But then she has this caged harness just like the other two, but hers is slightly different. You get this collar shaped that comes up in this spiderweb design, but then you get this beautiful I would say dangly effect of the different kinds of symbols that you probably would see on the dress. So you get the moons, you get the skulls, and just all that other stuff. This florally effect, star effect, sun effect. It's just overall a great cohesive design for this doll. And then the rope designs that go around her to tie it in. Because back in the day, I guess, witches didn't have what we have now, so they had to use rope. But that is what her kind of caged harness has. And we move on to the earrings. Like I said, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time there. It's exactly the same as the other two. But her face, look at that face. Okay, so I get that they could have done more with her lips because, Winifred had her buck teeth out, they could have exaggerated that because with this face, she's more like this instead of like that. But I'm not mad at it. It's still cute in my opinion. I do love the red lips. I love the exposed teeth, the blush, her eye makeup. I love that it goes into like, it's not a wing. I would say it's more of like a purple, I don't know. It just a purple eye makeup that goes all the way to her hairline. I love that. I love that they didn't stop right where the green would stop. Like if you were to do a cat eye, I love that they didn't just do that and they just made it go all the way over to her hair. But then the greens in the makeup, the silver in the makeup, it's just overall a great face print that Monster High Mattel did. And then the eyes, like I've mentioned, they get the starry-like effect. The hair, I love the hair. I love it. We get the widow's peak. We get these, I would say there's several different colors of oranges in there. You get light orange, dark orange. It's just like a mixture of oranges. And then they go out into these big poof curls that Winifred had, kind of representing how she had in the film. But I love the design of this. Like, this is so good. There is some hair product in it. It's not fully fluffy, so it is kind of hard and crunchy, but I'm not mad at it. It's beautiful in my opinion, and like I said, she's the best of the three. And that is essentially the Hocus Pocus dolls by Monster High. Now we're gonna go ahead and also review a special custom doll, like I mentioned. Let me get Winifred so she doesn't fall and knock everybody over, because knowing me, she would. Oh, before we get into the custom doll, Binks. So this set did come with a Binks doll. Not doll, but figure. And it's just a molded cat figure, black cat. They did give some textured eyes on the fur here. And then the printing of the face is pretty cute too. It's not super clear print, but it's the best print that you can get on such a small figure. Now, moving on to the custom doll by Dolls by Panda. Now, this one I'm gonna start with the accessories before I get into the doll. So the accessories that came with this doll, they got the book. This book is made out of clay, I believe. And look at it. It's all hand painted. Great job. The silver, the stitching, the eye. And it's all, can't open it because it's out of clay, but I love the distressing kind of vibe of the book here. And I love that this was included, so I could have Winifred hold it. Now, they also got this Twyla. I believe it was one of the Skulltimate secrets that Twyla had this one in, but they actually painted the candle to be a black flame candle. I think it kind of chipped off a little bit, so I can repaint it or put a permanent marker color in there. But I love that they added the black flame candle in there too. Now, before we get into the doll, this doll does have a stand that comes with it, and I love the stand that she did. I don't know how she did this. I don't know if this is an actual 3D print that she did, or maybe it's a plastic. It sounds plastic. So maybe it's like a Halloween plastic cauldron, but it was cut out here to expose the doll and be more of a stand. But you get a black witch cauldron, and I love the details around this cauldron. I love it with the kind of green potion coming out, spilling over and into it. It's just such a great doll stand. I love it. When I saw it, I was like, this is such a great idea to have done that as a doll stand. But this is probably a great standout piece. Even if I were to like turn it this way and even if I wanted to display it with these dolls, it would be pretty great. So good job there, Dolls by Panda. Now, going off of the custom Binks doll, this of course is a caddy doll that she used as the base, but we're going to start with the shoes. The shoes are that witchy curl shoe like you got in the the Winifred doll, but you get these cracks that are exaggerated there too. I love the heel. I'm not too sure what shoe was used for this, but there is some mold on it to get this shape, but it's so good. I love the cracks and the shine of the actual paint job, and then the silver call outs there. I believe it might have been an addition to a caddy shoe. So I think that's what it is. And then I love this stocking, which kind of correlates with the witches and of Mary and Winifred, but we get these Halloween colors, and it's such a great fabric here that was used, and we get the Halloween colors there. And it's essentially just a sock, but I do love that they chose this pattern. Now we're gonna look at the dress, but before we do, I love these bloomers. These are bloomers, right? These are bloomers. I had to ask Scott because he's more knowledgeable in the fabric kind of knowledge than me. But I love these bloomers. They're so cute. And I believe all of this was hand sewn or sewn by Dolls by Panda. I think it's such a cute kind of addition for this doll. But on the dress, it is all one, kind of like these girls over here. But you get this kind of felty fabric. I love the tapering at the bottom here. And it's just a really neat, well, oh no, it's actually, oh, okay, so it's actually a separate piece. So I pulled it down a little bit. As you can see, this is just like a skirt and a top. Okay, I love that. Oh, and it does come undone in the back. So when I get these custom dolls, I try not to undress them because I don't want to mess up anything. So now I can see that this is two pieces here. The skirt is its own separate piece, and it unclasps in the back, but then you get this nice orange kind of belt with a pumpkin as the buckle, it looks like, and then this green fabric on the top here too. It's like a cloth fabric. I hope it kind of came off on me, but it's like a clothy fabric there. It's a really great addition to this. I like the call out here. It kind of broke it up, which I like. Now the top is also this felty fabric. We get these puffy sleeves, and it kind of goes up into like, I don't know if you can see, yeah, there you go. The puffy sleeves are separate, but this bow kind of hides it a little bit, which is okay. So it kind of looks like one piece when you're just looking at it, but the sleeve puffs are separate, and then you get this kind of, what would you say, a crop top maybe for her. But if you were just to look at it, it does look like it's all one piece. But now that I'm looking further into it, she had separate pieces. So this outfit is actually including the bloomers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pieces, which good job, Dolls by Panda. I love that. And then you get this separate neck collar, which it has these Binks fabric here, and it's cut out, and maybe it's just like a ribbon, and then she gave the shapes here. But it is a Binks ribbon, and then she added this cute little bell, which is an actual bell. It does, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know, it might be too little for you to hear it, and I don't want to shake it so much, but I love that. She did paint the nails of the caddy doll here to be white nails, which I love that too. And moving up, let's see, I want to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay, so moving up to the face. The face is so cute. I think this is a really great job, Dolls by Panda, on the face paint. This is all hand painted. So you get the purple kind of cheeks, the mouth paint with the fangs of a cat, the nose green. I love the color choices that she chose to use for the face. We get kind of like the cat print at the top on the face. And then I love that she added these whiskers onto it, giving that 3D effect instead of painting that on. Great job. I just love it. This face, love it. And I do love Dolls by Panda's face paints. They stand out to me, and that's a lot of y'all may know. I look at the face of dolls, and that's kind of my go-ahead of whether I want to get them or not. But I love it. Good job. Now the hair is a short hair here, and it is, I don't know what kind of textured hair it is, but I would say it's probably the same as my the custom Kiss doll that I did a review on, and I love it because you can style it in any way and it gets stuck like that, but I prefer it down. It's a really great rooting, and then it also goes up into, I like how she didn't just leave it on just the head, she added it onto the ears here too. But that is essentially the face. And now we're gonna go on to the hat. I love the styling of this hat. I love how big and poofy the bottom part is. The kind of felty fabrics of orange and purple. It goes into this big hat with a bell at the top, and then we get the print of the black flame candle there, and then we get this bow in the back with different ribbons on there, and in the middle you get the a pumpkin. And I just love the different textured ribbon used, the different color ribbon used. It really exaggerates the headpiece, and I love that. I love the details and the exaggeration of it there. Now, my favorite part of this doll that we're lastly going to review, and I don't know what it is, but I love capes. I love capes. And this cape is so cute. You get that felty fabric here, and it is a darker fabric than the outfit itself. And then the bottom layer of this, the lining, is the fabric of Hocus Pocus that you can probably find at some of your fabric stores, but you get that printing of the artwork of the Hocus Pocus girls. And that's essentially this doll, and I just love it. I love that I got it in time that I got the Hocus Pocus girl. So let me go ahead, put her back, and I'm gonna give you my overall review of the dolls as well as this custom. Okay, I'm just gonna hold on to Binks for right now because she is a little wobbly in the cauldron. But my overall review, I'm gonna go with the Hocus Pocus dolls that Monster High did. So I'm gonna individually rate them. Sarah, I'm gonna give a 6 out of 10. Winifred, I'm going to give a, I'm gonna say a 7.5 out of 10. And then, I'm sorry, this is Mary. Sorry. Winifred, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. And the reason why I give that is because these two, they don't have as much as Winifred does. And like I said, if I were to pick out of the three who I'd want to give the best, details to, it would be Winifred. And if you look at the prototypes behind me, the hair of Mary looks better than the hair here. Like the waves, the curls look better in the prototype than it does out of the box. And then Mary, she's similar, she's close. And then Winifred, she's of course the best of the best. So my overall with the set of $125, that would probably break it up into maybe what, $40-ish each, 40, 80, 90, 110, 120, yeah, 130. So 40 times 3 is 120. So yeah, around $40-ish each. Yeah, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 altogether. I love Hocus Pocus the movie. It's very nostalgic to me. I grew up with it. So, I mean, it's a great set, in my opinion. Even just for Winifred. And then you get the side two. But if you know Hocus Pocus, Winifred is the main witch. So of course they're gonna give her the special treatment. Now for the Binks custom, I'm always gonna give customs that I get a 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10, 1,000 out of 10, because custom dolls is just a lot to do. Like, I've done it before, and it is really hard. It's very time consuming too. And I don't sew. I paint, and I've rerouted before, and that's already a trial in itself. So Dolls by Panda, you're amazing. Thank you for doing this. Sewing and the paint job, very talented. So thank you so much. Such a great doll. I'm glad to have her into my collection. And like I mentioned, if y'all don't follow Dolls by Panda yet, go ahead and follow them on Instagram. I believe they also have a YouTube channel with the same name, Dolls by Panda. So go ahead and give them some support as well. And that's essentially it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for stopping in. Let me know your thoughts on the Hocus Pocus Skullector set, as well as the Binks custom doll, in the comments below. I'm curious if you were able to get them. They didn't sell out right away, so if you wanted to get them when they first released, I'm sure you got them. But thank y'all again for coming in, and as always, I hope you have a great day, a great night, wherever you're at today, and remember to stay kind to yourself as well as to others. Simply Rye.